Hello everyone, this is Aether and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. So as you can see, we have a pretty spicy defense team here. We have a pretty good AoE Ophelia, of course, with the Hone Attack for support. And we're about to do some more dank memes today. This is only possible thanks to like forward advantage and a bunch of other things. Definitely not possible if there's chill res, but I think you should be aware of what's about to go down if you if you paid attention to their skill sets. So Ophelia is going to rally here, and I knew that. I had to get into vantage range to make sure I didn't just get like one shot by Soph, but memes. So that was a 72 attack Hardy bearing Ophelia that was buffed by that Micaiah's drive attack. So Ultra Memes allows Nino to straight up face tank that. She actually had an excess of like excess of 2 res, so she was living by quite a decent margin there, Kappa. But yeah, chill res is definitely annoying for me because it's super hard to get a unit to tank if you don't have enough HP. So here at this point, it's pretty free. I could just pretty much do whatever I want and still win. So I'm just checking here at this point to see if I can grab the ether structures on both of them. And I was pretty sure I could. I was just figuring out how to do it. But yep, just another day of memes, boys. How much attack does Ophelia need to beat Nino, Kappa? I mean, of course, it's only possible because Nino's green and such, but that was a quick match. I just realized I should probably record this, and so I did. I'll be back with another match, which didn't go as well, but that's why I recorded it, so I could talk a bit about it. So now here we have this team. I'm going to start playing the video in a bit. They had a level 3 for it, and I have a level 5+1 offense for it, so even so, I kind of knew already going into this match that it was going to be incredibly difficult. And so I didn't really think too hard about it. The big thing, of course, is they had a level 4 panic manor in the back, and there's no way in heck I'm going to have Nino, like, say, break the panic manor from below Micaiah, and then expect her to tank all the units, which you'll quickly see here. Oops. Yeah, it's not happening. There's Fire Sweep Bow, there's Veronica. Of course, there's Restore, but I can't really abuse that too hard. So here, I make a super aggressive play because at this point here, I'm thinking my plan is to just have Nino face tank Brave Lyn because, well, we have the forward advantage. We can get Nino quite a bit of defense. So I figured this will work, right? And yeah. I made a calculated error here. So I was expecting Veronica to restore, like, say, Azura, dance, and then maybe, like, restore Brave Lyn, and then dance, and then just move on from there. So, like, maybe attack Nino, maybe Lyn attacks Nino, doesn't really matter to me, but then what I didn't realize was, cough, cough, I had infantry school, the bonus structure. And so this memes me over because I don't realize that Veronica's actually going to do what is that, triple restore? Or whatever? Yeah, triple restore. Which is a huge oversight because here I make this play with Alphonse, expecting that that's not going to happen. But, so yeah, I do this to get Nino max buffs. And then my second mistake is I was thinking, should I move Veronica over 2? Should I leave her in place? Should I move her down? And I decided to move her here, which is the worst idea ever. But it all kind of like compiled on itself. So there's the first restore. There's the second restore. And there's the third restore. So, like, I calculated this part right, but yeah, Legendary Lucina does use Future Vision. Can't double Alphonse because we have too much speed, Kappa. But at this point, this is where things go terribly wrong because I know Veronica's going to use Restore. I can't, at this point, I can't risk the heavy trap that's below Lyn being real because I had decent confidence that they're both of the heavy traps are in a pretty logical location. I would personally say that the one below Lyn is the real one. I don't actually know. I don't think I figure out or learn which one's real, but regardless, of course, you don't want to take that kind of risk. And I was doing the damage calcs, and as you'll see as the video just shows me basically doing nothing. Micaiah is able to kill Nino by 2 res, and that's because I'm unable to buff Nino with res because Veronica was out of the way, so she couldn't get the +6 res. And Caden also isn't buffed with res, which is huge. If Nino and Caden were both buffed with +6 res, then there was no way for Micaiah to one-shot Nino, as we're planning here, because I kind of have to take out these units. And here, this is where placing Alphonse where I placed him and Veronica where I placed him was a terrible idea, because first of all, if we pause here, so Alphonse cannot go directly below Veronica because I know there's a restore incoming on Azura, and then after the dance, of course, he's going to get murdered. And kind of the same deal for Veronica there. So I figure at this point it's already pretty hopeless. So had I not placed Alphonse there, or I didn't place Veronica there, this would have been fine, because then I could have at least defeated Legendary Lucina from where Alphonse is right now. But that wasn't the case, so ripperonis. And at this point, I really can't do much. Because again, I did the damage calcs, and after the restore, Micaiah's going to have 70 attack, which is going to be 84 versus Nino. And Nino only has 82 res bulk. I believe if I were to buff Caden for that +6 res. And of course, the thing that's stopping all this from happening is the Versa. And the fact I didn't break... I don't know if it was relevant that... Nah, I think I had to not break the lamppost, but whatever. It doesn't matter at this point. So there's no way for me to buff Nino and buff Caden without having them next to each other, or placing Nino in range of the Panic Manor, or having like Caden in range of Veronica, which I believe was a death sentence because she would be able to double, I believe. I don't remember off the top of my head. So I have to pause and do some more thinking, and at this point I kind of just realized there's nothing I can do. The other option, of course, is just throw Nino in and pray she lives, but she's obviously not going to. She's debuffed to all her stats. And then, of course, there's a Versa who has, I think, 56 attack and stuff. And Nino would, I believe... Things just wouldn't go well with Veronica still alive. So I ran all the calcs, and I was like, this isn't going to work. It might have worked, honestly, if I was, it might have worked, maybe. No, I don't think it would have worked, because then Veronica attacks, probably gets danced. It might have worked out, actually. I don't know. I'd have to check. No, because then Nino would have gone doubled, right? Actually, I could have put Caden in range. Huh. So that might have been something that would have worked. That would have been super giga galaxy brain, though. So what I'm thinking here is what I could have done is use Nino here to take out Micaiah, and then put Caden in, and then repo Azura out to do that. But I don't think that would have worked because Caden wasn't being buffed for res, so Nino with 34 res versus Veronica's whatever attack stat she'd have. I don't think it would have ended well. But I don't know. Because then there's the Versa there too. So, I'm not sure. It might have worked out, honestly. Well, I guess technically speaking, probably not. No, it wouldn't have, because then Veronica probably would have used Restore. So here, I tried to debuff Nino here to get Veronica to attack her using a Versa, but nope, she's not going to, and she's going to be able to take out Veronica, which is unfortunate, but at this point, it's a pretty bad situation. Yeah, I'm definitely not sure how I could have tackled this team much better. There weren't many options, because the main concern is the panic manner in the back. Maybe I was overrating it too much, and maybe the forward advantage would have just been too strong. But I don't entirely know. Because convincing healers to not restore is incredibly difficult. It's guaranteed for them not to restore if they kill an enemy unit, but it's like, if you're trying to avoid having your units die, then that doesn't really achieve anything. And then there's, I think, the 5 damage rule for them too, but not really. So, it's not great. So at this point, I figure out how to pick up the ether structures, but I'm just checking to make sure it works. Because Micaiah is going to have to go around, but she's after Caden, since he's a Cav unit after all. And at this point, it's a pretty easy win, as long as we don't goof, which is a classic. And I know Nino can take care of Micaiah, so that's not a concern. I just go ahead and hit the bolt trap that I knew was real going in already. It was too obvious. I mean, people usually make their traps really obvious, which ones are real and which ones are fake. But yeah, that wasn't the greatest match on my part, but again, that's kind of what happens when you employ the noob strategy. So right now, just because I'm testing out noontime, I'm actually kind of going back to tryharding, but not quite. I'm kind of like looking at matches and then make a pseudo plan in my head, and then do all the calcs to see how it would have turned out, and then I kind of just use that plan and go in. So if things go terribly wrong, then well, that was because of the original plan from the quote-unquote noob strategy, where you just do whatever you think works. See, if that didn't turn out well, then well, of course it's not going to end well. But yep, that's honestly, that defense wasn't that great. Honestly, you could definitely just bring a tank and win for sure. I was probably overrating the panic manner. There's probably, probably could have lived, but maybe not. I'm not sure. The question is if Veronica would use restore. That's the big thing. Because if she were to attack, I think that would have been def. I don't think she would have been able to live that. Because Veronica would have way too much attack and would double. I'm pretty sure. Because Caden wasn't buffed for speed either, right? I don't think so. And I couldn't use reposition on him or anything. So yeah. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Aether Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye.